Thinking about buying your first home? Buckle up, because it's about to get real. Imagine you're standing at the door of your dream house, keys in hand, ready to unlock a whole new chapter of your life. Sounds fantastic, right? Before you get there, there's some serious prep work to do. Let's dive into the 5 essential steps you need to conquer to make that dream a reality. First, get your hands on your credit report. You're entitled to a free copy from each of the 3 major credit bureaus once a year: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Go through each report with a fine-tooth comb. Look for errors, outdated information, or any signs of fraudulent activity. You'd be surprised how often mistakes happen, and these can drag down your score without you even knowing. If you find any inaccuracies, dispute them immediately. The credit bureaus are legally required to investigate your claims, and this simple step could give your score a quick boost. Next, let's talk about debt. Outstanding debts are like heavy anchors holding down your credit score. Focus on paying them off, starting with high-interest debts like credit cards. Not only does this improve your credit utilization ratio, the amount of credit you're using compared to your credit limit, but it also shows lenders you're responsible with your money. Aim to keep your credit utilization below 30%. For instance, if you have a credit limit of $10,000, try to keep your balance under $3,000. This simple strategy can significantly improve your score over time. Now, let's consider your payment history. It's the single most important factor in your credit score, accounting for about 35% of it. Ensure you're making all your payments on time. Set up automatic payments or reminders if you're forgetful. Even one late payment can ding your score, and the higher your score, the more points you can lose. If you've missed payments in the past, don't worry, just focus on being consistent moving forward. Over time, the negative impact of past mistakes will lessen, and your score will start to recover. Also, don't forget about your credit mix. Lenders like to see a variety of credit types, think credit cards, auto loans, and student loans. If you only have credit cards, consider taking out a small personal loan and paying it off diligently. This shows lenders you can handle different types of credit responsibly. But don't go overboard. Applying for too much new credit at once can actually hurt your score, as it suggests you might be financially overextending yourself. A stellar credit score can save you thousands in interest. Seriously, thousands. Imagine this. 2 people apply for a mortgage on the same house. One has a credit score of 750, the other 650. The person with the higher score might get an interest rate of 3.5%, while the other might get 4.5%. On a $300,000 mortgage over 30 years, that's a difference of more than $50,000 in interest payments. Picture this. A higher score could be the difference between a cozy home with a fireplace and a small, dark apartment with a view of a brick wall. By getting your finances in order, you're setting yourself up for success. It's not just about qualifying for a mortgage, it's about getting the best possible terms. A little effort now can save you a lot of money, and headaches, down the road. So, roll up your sleeves, tackle that credit score, and watch as the door to your dream home swings wide open. Next, let's create a budget. Yes, the dreaded B word. But don't worry, this isn't about depriving yourself of avocado toast or your daily latte. It's about understanding where your money is going and making sure you're saving enough for that down payment. Here's how you can turn budgeting from a chore into a powerful tool for achieving your homeownership dreams. Start by tracking every dollar you spend for a month. And I mean everything. From your rent and utilities to that impulse purchase at the convenience store. Use a spreadsheet, an app, or even good old pen and paper. The goal is to get a clear picture of your spending habits. You might be surprised how much those little purchases add up. A coffee here, a snack there, and suddenly you're spending hundreds of dollars a month on things you don't even remember buying. Once you have a clear picture of where your money is going, it's time to categorize your expenses. Break them down into needs and wants. Needs are things you can't live without: rent, groceries, utilities. Wants are those little luxuries: dining out, entertainment, shopping sprees. This isn't about cutting out all the fun stuff but understanding how much you're spending on it and where you can make adjustments. Now, it's time to set a realistic savings goal. The general rule of thumb is to aim for at least 20% of the home's purchase price. This is a hefty sum, but there are several reasons why it's worth it. First, it helps you avoid private mortgage insurance, PMI, which is an extra monthly fee that lenders charge if you put down less than 20%. This fee can add up quickly, so avoiding it can save you a significant amount over the life of your mortgage. Setting a savings goal also shows lenders you're serious. It demonstrates financial discipline and stability, making you a more attractive candidate for a loan. Lenders want to see that you can save consistently and manage your finances responsibly. It's a signal that you're not just ready to buy a house, but ready to maintain and afford it long term. Now, let's break down the savings process. Take your monthly income and subtract your monthly expenses. The amount left over is your discretionary income. From this, decide how much you can realistically save each month without making your life miserable. Remember, it's about balance. You don't want to set a goal that's so aggressive you can't stick to it. Instead, aim for steady, consistent savings. If you're saving $500 a month, in a year, you'll have $6,000. In 5 years, you'll have $30,000. It adds up faster than you think. Look for ways to boost your savings. Can you pick up a side gig or freelance work? Sell items you no longer need? Every extra dollar you can save gets you one step closer to your goal. It might require some sacrifices, but remember, it's temporary. You're working towards something much bigger. Remember, it's not just a house, it's your future. Owning a home isn't merely about having a place to live, it's about building a foundation for your life. Your home is where you'll create memories, grow your family, and possibly even invest in your financial security. And the journey to owning that home starts with your budget. Think of your budget as the roadmap that will get you there. Creating a budget is about making informed choices and setting priorities. It's about knowing exactly where your money is going and making deliberate decisions to ensure it goes where it matters most. When you understand your spending habits, you gain the power to redirect funds towards your goal of homeownership. This might mean cutting back on some luxuries, but it's a trade-off for something far more significant. By making a plan to save, you're taking control of your financial future. This is an empowering step that places you in the driver's seat. It's not about restrictions, it's about opportunities. Every dollar you save brings you closer to that down payment, closer to avoiding costly PMI, and closer to securing favorable loan terms. Think of your future self, living in a home you own, free from the worries of rent hikes or landlord issues. Picture hosting friends and family in your space, making it your own with every renovation or decoration. Visualize the financial stability that comes with building equity in your property. This is what you're working towards. Embrace the B word, budget, because it's not just a tool for managing money. It's a tool for transforming your life. When you budget effectively, you're not just saving money, you're investing in your dreams. Each step you take in creating and sticking to your budget is a step closer to turning the key in the door of your first home. So watch as this disciplined approach transforms your dream of owning a home into reality. Each month, as you see your savings grow, you'll feel the excitement building. The sacrifices will pale in comparison to the joy and pride of owning your own home. This is your future we're talking about, a future where you're not just surviving but thriving in a space that's all yours. So, take control, embrace the process, and prepare to make your homeownership dreams come true. Now, let's talk about the hunt. It's like dating, you don't want to settle for the first one that comes along. Research neighborhoods like you're a detective on a high-stakes case. Consider factors like school districts, crime rates, and future development plans. Visit the areas at different times of the day. What looks charming at noon might turn into a nightmare after dark. And get this, don't just rely on online listings. Sometimes the best deals are found through word of mouth or local agents. Your dream home might be hiding just around the corner, literally. Finally, brace yourself for the closing process. It's the final sprint in this marathon. Review your loan estimate and closing disclosure carefully. These documents outline your loan terms and final costs. Double check for any discrepancies. This is your last chance to catch any errors before you sign on the dotted line. And be prepared for closing costs. They typically range from 2% to 5% of the home's purchase price. It might seem like a lot, but it's a small price to pay for peace of mind.